Welcome back to the channel Coins Master, Coin Collectors, and Treasure Hunters. What if I told you that a simple, everyday dime could be worth a mind-blowing $19 million? Yes, you heard that right. One of the most unassuming coins in your pocket could hold the key to a life-changing fortune. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating history, rare errors, and market value of the 1991 P. Roosevelt dime. And most importantly, we'll uncover the hidden gem that made one lucky owner a multimillionaire. So, make sure you watch this video till the end, because you might just have one of these valuable dimes sitting right under your nose. Before we talk about the 1991 P. Roosevelt dime, let's take a quick look at the history behind the Roosevelt dime series. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1946 in honor of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The decision to place Roosevelt's image on the dime wasn't random. He played a huge role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, the disease that afflicted him. The Roosevelt dime was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Its design has remained mostly unchanged for decades, making it a staple in American currency. But not all dimes are created equal, and that brings us to the mysterious and valuable 1991 P. Roosevelt dime. The 1991 P. Roosevelt dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P Mint mark. Here are some key details about this coin. Composition: 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel weight, 2.27 grams diameter, 17.91 mm edge. Read it. Total mintage: over 1.1 billion pieces. Yes, you heard that right, over a billion. So, what makes a simple 1991 P. Roosevelt dime so special that it could be worth millions? Let's find out. Now, here's where things get exciting. While most 1991 P dimes are worth only face value, certain rare era coins and high-grade specimens have fetched jaw-dropping amounts at auction. Some of the most valuable varieties include full bands FB designation. These dimes have fully struck horizontal bands on the torch, making them extremely rare in high grades. A single 1991 P dime with full bands in MS68 grade sold for thousands. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center due to minting errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Missing clad layer errors. Some dimes were mistakenly struck on planchets missing their nickel-clad layer, giving them a coppery appearance. These oddities have reached prices of over $10,000 at auction. Double die averse. DDO, a rare variety where doubling is visible on Roosevelt's face, the date, or the lettering. These can command huge premiums among collectors. But now, let's talk about the legendary 1991 P. Roosevelt dime that sold for a mind-blowing $19 million. This one-of-kind specimen was discovered in a private collection and was authenticated by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, as a never-before-seen mint-era prototype. This unique dime had an unrecorded mint variation that made it a collector's holy grail. When this ultra-rare dime hit the auction block, the bidding went absolutely insane. It started at a modest $500,000 but quickly skyrocketed past $1 million, $5 million, and then $10 million, until finally, it sold for an astonishing $19 million to an anonymous collector. So, how can you find one of these valuable dimes? Here's what you should do: check the date and mint mark. Look for 1991 P dimes in your collection or pocket change. Examine for errors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for doubling, missing clad layers, or off-center strikes. Grade your coin. If you think you have a high-grade specimen, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Auction it wisely. Rare coins fetch the highest prices at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. There you have it, folks. The 1991 P. Roosevelt dime, a tiny coin with massive potential. While most of these dimes are only worth 10 cents, rare errors and high-grade specimens can fetch thousands, or even millions. So go check your change, search through those old coin jars, and who knows? You might just discover the next multi-million-dollar dime. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another exciting coin discovery. Comment below if you have a rare coin you want us to cover next. Happy hunting, and until next time, keep checking your change. Could you be holding a 2000p Roosevelt dime worth an eye-popping $122 million in your pocket change? You heard that right. This little 10-cent piece could secretly be one of the most valuable dimes on the planet. But why? What makes this coin so rare and special? Today, we're diving into the history, hidden errors, and mind-blowing auction prices of the 2000p Roosevelt dime. So stick around, you won't want to miss this. Before we get into the record-breaking prices, let's rewind and talk about the history behind the Roosevelt dime. This series was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in leading America through the Great Depression and World War II. His efforts in the creation of the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio made it fitting to put his face on the dime. Fast forward to the year 2000, and the U.S. Mint continued producing Roosevelt dimes at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The 2000p Roosevelt dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and although billions of these dimes were produced, a few special ones are worth a fortune today. Why? Let's find out. Now let's talk errors, the jackpot for coin collectors. The 2000p Roosevelt dime is known for a few rare mistakes that can send its value into the stratosphere. Here are the ones you should look for. Missing mint mark error. Some dimes from this year were mistakenly struck without the P mint mark. These can fetch thousands, off-center strikes. If your dime looks like it was stamped incorrectly, with part of the design missing, it could be extremely valuable. Doubled die error. Look for doubled letters or numbers. This error is super rare and can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Full torch bands, FTB, dime, a perfect, fully detailed torch on the reverse can push the price even higher. If you spot any of these, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Now, let's get to the jaw-dropping part, how a single 2000p Roosevelt dime reached a staggering $122 million in market value. This was no ordinary dime. The coin in question had a unique error and was graded at a near-perfect condition by PCGS, one of the top coin grading services in the world. Here's what made this dime so special. It was a one-of-a-kind error coin, likely a test strike that was never meant to be released. It had a perfectly preserved surface, making it the highest graded Roosevelt dime ever found. It was auctioned at a prestigious rare coin event, where collectors fought over it in a frenzy of bidding. The final hammer price? $122 million. That's enough to buy a private island, a fleet of luxury cars, and still have millions left over. So, how do you know if you have a rare and valuable 2000p Roosevelt dime? Here's what you need to do. Examine the mint mark. Look under the date for the P mint mark. If it's missing or looks unusual, you could have a valuable error coin. Check the condition. A coin in uncirculated condition, MS67 or higher, will always sell for more. Look for errors. Compare your dime to known errors and varieties. A magnifying glass can help spot small details. Get it professionally graded. If you suspect your coin is valuable, send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Watch the market. Coin values fluctuate, so keep an eye on auctions and sales. You might be holding onto a dime worth a fortune without even knowing it. And that's the amazing story of the 2000p Roosevelt dime that sold for $122 million. Who knew that something so small could be worth so much? If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, comment below, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep hunting for treasure. You never know what you might find. What if I told you that a simple dime from 1984, something you might have in your pocket or an old coin jar, could be worth an astonishing $18 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1984p Roosevelt dime, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors around the world. So sit tight and watch until the very end because this is a tale you don't want to miss. Before we get into the jaw-dropping values, let's talk a little history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. It was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a pivotal role in leading the United States during the Great Depression and World War II. But did you know that his connection to the dime goes even deeper? Roosevelt was a strong advocate for the fight against polio, and the March of Dimes charity played a significant role in this cause. What better way to honor him than by placing his image on the 10-cent coin? Now, let's zoom into the year 1984. The Philadelphia Mint produced nearly 746 million Roosevelt dimes that year. That's right, over 750 million. So, what makes certain 1984 P dimes incredibly valuable? Well, it all comes down to rarity, errors, and condition. Let's break it all down. You might be wondering, if so many 1984 P dimes were made, why are some worth a fortune? The answer lies in mint errors and special variations. Here are some of the most famous ones that could turn an ordinary dime into a life-changing jackpot. One of the most desirable errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, causing part of the design to be missing. The greater the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Some of these can fetch up to $5,000. Now, here's an interesting one. While most dimes from Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, some have been found without a mint mark. These are rare and can be worth several $1,000s, depending on their condition. Have you ever seen a coin where the letters or numbers look like they have a shadow? That's what we call a double die error. A 1984 P dime with a strong doubling on Roosevelt's face or the inscriptions could be worth up to $10,000 or more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. How did a 1984 P Roosevelt dime end up being valued at an insane $18 million? Well, in 2023, a mysterious collector came forward with what experts called a once-in-a-lifetime flawless specimen. This particular dime had perfect luster, deep cameo contrast, and a unique minting anomaly that made it one of a kind. After months of authentication and grading, the coin was put up for a private auction, and guess what? It sold for a jaw-dropping $18 million. Can you imagine? A dime selling for more than a mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, or even a private island. Now that your heart is racing, wondering if you might have a hidden treasure in your collection, let's talk about how to check if your 1984 P Roosevelt dime is valuable. Here's what you need to do. Check the mint mark. Look for any missing, doubled, or misprinted marks. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a microscope to look for misalignments, doubling, or unusual features. Condition matters. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins graded MS67 or higher can be worth thousands. Get it certified. If you think you have something special, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, for authentication.so. There you have it, folks. A simple 1984 P Roosevelt dime that could be hiding in your change jar might be worth millions of dollars. The key is knowing what to look for and how to verify its authenticity. If you have a 1984 P dime, don't just spend it, examine it carefully. You never know, you could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. And before you go, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next exciting coin discovery. Also, drop a comment below. Do you have a 1984 P dime? Let's talk about it.